A very good evening and a happy Friday night from the Ballyfermot Community Civic Centre in Dublin, Ireland. This is your local community radio station for Dublin, Together FM, Better Together, broadcasting online on togetherfm.com and all internet radio applications. This is Metal on Metal with Ian McWilliams playing an hour of great metal and rock home and abroad till 11pm. Well done to Ben on another great Big Ben show. He's back next week, same time, same place. Tonight's show features tracks from the new albums from Exhumed, Silosis and Rectify. In the Irish metal section of the show, you'll hear a track from the brand new album from Dublin death metal band Coshcrada called Carving the Causeway to the Other World, which came out today. Also a new track from Belfast death metal band Nilant. There'll also be tracks from Heaven Shall Burn and Napalm Death, who are playing shows in Dublin this week in the Academy. If you're at Crowbar and Whelan's on Valentine's Day last Saturday or the Deftones in the Tree Arena on Monday, do let me know what you thought. I heard both shows were great. Going to kick off the show with two acts who'll be playing in Dublin next month in March. Later on you'll hear something from Paradise Lost who'll be playing in the Academy on March 21st. But first, here's a band who'll be playing in the Grand Social on March 13th. It's High Parasite. This track, which came out last year, is called Cold on Metal on Together FM. You are tuned in to Metal on Metal with Ian McWilliams on your local community radio station for Dublin, Together FM, Better Together, online at togetherfm.com and all internet radio applications. You just heard two bands who'll be playing shows in Dublin next month in March. You heard Paradise Lost with Tyrant Serenade from last year's Ascension album. They'll be playing a sold-out show in the Academy on Saturday, March 21st with support from Scottish Gothic doom metal band Coven. Starting us off there, you heard High Parasite, which features Aaron Stainthorpe, formerly of My Dying Bride, with a track they released last year called Cold. They'll be playing in the Grand Social on Friday, March 13th, with support from Irish death doom metal band The Crawling. Get down early and check the lads out as they will deliver a great show. You can find out more about those gigs by going to dmepromotions.com or one of their social media pages. Coming up later on the show, you're going to hear new American thrash metal from Rectify, from their brand new 6th album Dissecting the Leech, which came out today on Massacre Records. The track I'm going to play from it is called Under the Sun. Before that, you're going to hear new UK melodic thrash metal courtesy of Silosis, who've released their brand new album The New Flesh today on Nuclear Blast Records. The track I'm going to play from that is Lacerations. But first, I'm going to play new American death metal from Exhumed, who've released their brand new album Red Asphalt today on Relapse Records. This is called The Iron Graveyard on Metal on Together.
We'll be right back.
This is Metal on Metal with Ian McWilliams on your local community radio station for Dublin, Together FM, Better Together, online at togetherfm.com and all internet radio applications. You've just heard Rectify with Under the Sun from their brand new 6th album Dissecting the Leech, which is out now. Before that you heard Silosis with Lacerations from their brand new 7th album The New Flesh, which is also out now. They'll be promoting the album at a show in the Academy in Dublin this Sunday, February 22nd, with support from Revocation and Distance and Life Cycles. For more information on the gig, visit dmepromotions.com or one of their social media pages. Starting off that set of 3 great international metal tracks was Exhumed with the Iron Graveyard from their brand new 11th album Red Asphalt, which is also out now. We're going to move into the Irish rock and metal section of the programme. Just before I mention who's on tonight, I'll remind you that Metal on Metal and Together FM support all Irish metal of all genres in all counties of the country. If you want to send in your music to be featured on the show, email info@togetherfm.com or metalonmetal@gmail.com or on one of the stations or show's social media pages on Metal on Metal or Together FM. Later on you're going to hear Belfast death metal band Nil Lanit, who've released a new track called Don't Pray For Me. But first, I have with me the brand new album from Dublin death metal band Koshkrada, titled Carving the Causeway to the Other World, which came out today on 20 Buck Spin. This is called Caesar's Revelation on Metal on Together FM. You've been listening to Metal on Metal with Ian McWilliams on your local community radio station for Dublin, Together FM, Better Together, online at togetherfm.com and all internet radio applications. You just heard two bands that featured in our Irish rock and metal section of the programme for this week. Just before I read back who they were, I'll remind you again that Metal on Metal and Together FM support all Irish rock and metal of all genres in all counties of the country. If you want your music featured on the show, email info@togetherfm.com or metalonmetal@gmail.com, or on one of the stations or show's social media pages at Metal on Metal or Together FM. You just heard Belfast death metal band Nil Alet with Don't Pray For Me, which is a new track they released on their YouTube channel. Before that you heard Dublin death metalers Kosh Krada with Caesar's Revelation from their brand new second album Carving the Causeway to the Other World, which is out now. Thank you for your company again. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. If you want to catch the show again, it'll be available on our podcast channel in the next hour. Just go to mixcloud.com/Together FM. I'm going to leave you with a couple of more tracks from bands playing in Dublin this week. Later on, you're going to hear American thrash metal band Whiplash with Red Bomb from their debut album Power and Pain, which turned 40 years old this month. Before that, you're going to hear the band Whiplash will be supporting in the Academy on Thursday, February 26th. It's Napalm Death, who'll be playing there as part of their Campaign for Musical Destruction tour, which also features support for Verkurs. I'm going to play a track called Adversarial, Compulating Snakes. But first, I'm going to play German extreme metal band Heaven Shall Burn with War's the Father of Them All from last year's Heimat album. They'll be playing in the Academy on Tuesday, February 24th with support from the Black Dahlia Murder and Frozen Soul. For more information on both Heaven Shall Burn and Napalm Death in the Academy, visit dmepromotions.com or one of their social media pages. Have a great week, stay safe, keep listening to rock and metal on Metal on Together FM.